Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been subscribed a while. Today I'm really excited to share with you my Hobonichi Techo picks for 2026. So here they are lined up, and I'd actually like to start with this week's mega. So you could see that I picked the strawberry milk, which I think is such a great color, by the way. Now, if you haven't seen my other videos, this is the one that I've been using this year. This is the Pistachio Weeks Mega. And so just to give you a little bit of context, I have really enjoyed this one. I absolutely love it, and it's been my main Hobonichi for this year, my main Techo. And it just made sense to me to get another one for next year. And I have to say that I was actually pretty torn between the antique green and the strawberry milk. I loved both colors. And thankfully, when I was visiting Minneapolis, my friend Govinda took us to this store called Ume, and they had the weeks there. So I got to see the colors in person. I always find that they look a little bit different in person, even if I've watched a lot of videos or pictures of the weeks with different lightings. And so I think that it was actually, I thought that it would be easier to see them in person, but this year it didn't make the choice easier because there were several covers that, or several colors that I really liked. And so it was hard, but in the end, I just didn't feel as much of a connection to the antique green. So I decided to go for the strawberry milk. And yeah, it was just interesting because I think, even before the lineup was revealed, I was hoping that there would be a pink one for 2026. So I was really happy that that ended up being my choice in the end. But I definitely will say the antique green had caught my eye. And something that I was doing while I was in the store was I was just kind of putting the different colors kind of against my current one, the pistachio, and kind of just feeling out like what would work well together, what would look pretty lined up on the shelf. And I do really like the combination of green and pink. So in the end, yeah, I'm really happy that I went with the strawberry milk. So this is what I have. I got the same sticker for next year because I think it'll be nice. I think the colors just go really well together, and it gives me a little bit of sense of continuity. Though it'll be interesting to see how I choose to decorate the rest of my weeks. So that's it. This ended up being a gift from my friend Bhairava, who was there at the store with us too. And it was just a lovely little birthday present for me because September was my birthday month. And yeah, I just feel so grateful. And then I ended up making an order from the Hobonichi store because there were some items that I could only get from there. So that came in this cute little box. And this was actually my birthday present from my mom. So she sent me some money, which was really kind of her. And I decided that I wanted this to be my present from her. So I made this order, and it was a little bit later in September. So that just meant that, I don't know, I think they might have run out of the big boxes because they sent me the big yellow box, and then it had the smaller box inside it. And I just, I think it was actually really nice because I like the smaller box. I think it's really cute. And because it came inside of a larger box. So some of the items were inside this one. The other items were just wrapped with bubble wrap, kind of in the bigger box. And so it actually meant that this one came in a really good condition. I was really pleased with that. I really liked this quote for this year. They're usually pretty inspiring. So that was nice. But so yeah, so I ordered some stuff straight from the Hobonichi store, which I really enjoy doing, especially since they've changed it so that, import taxes are kind of included in with the shipping. Is just really good because I'm in the European Union, and before it was just really rough. Because I don't know, it was a lot more complicated. It took a lot longer, and so now the process is a lot easier, I've found. So there we have it. I did want to show you one of the things that I ordered from the Hobonichi store is right here in kind of on my tragen cover, and it's this little keychain, the Otsutsuke keychain, which I found very charming, and I've wanted it for some time now, but I don't know, I just couldn't justify it the past couple of years or so, and so I finally got it. And especially now that I have the tragen, which has this great little spot to add keychains, I just think it's a great little addition to the cover. And so this is still what I'm using for this year. And so what else did I get? I had bought this cover during the spring release. I really like the pine forest. I thought it was just so beautiful and peaceful. And so I ended up getting the Hobonichi Techo original, which if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll know that I've been using 2 hon for this year. And although I've enjoyed it and I enjoy the hon, I think I just really wanted to use this cover. So that's why I decided to go with the soft cover. Though I also find that in general, I like the soft cover. I just feel like you can use it with a lot of different covers, and it's really nice. So I'm really happy that I got this one. I'm thinking of using the original for memory keeping. And yeah, I'm excited. I think definitely this year was too much to have 2 A6 books. So I think for next year, just having one, I think it'll be a lot easier to manage. And I'm excited to see kind of how I end up using it. So that is something that I'm really excited about. I absolutely love this cover. I feel like I regret not getting the A5 as well in case I ever go back to the A5 size, but I'm sure there will be other beautiful covers too. Just absolutely in love with Pine Forest. So, I've shown you my tragen cover. I'm very happy with this one. I think it is a beautiful color, but I have to say that I definitely fell in love with the mustard when I first saw it. I just thought, I think this color feels even closer to my heart. And so I wasn't gonna buy it, but in the end, I ended up getting it, and actually, I have no regrets. I absolutely love it, and just to show you, it's just wonderful. And you might be wondering what's inside this mustard tragen, which to me also looks a bit like, if I were to give it another name, I might call it caramel or honey. It's just so beautiful. So I also fell in love with another weeks, and that was the Yuichi Inoue weeks. And I just had to get it. I studied Japanese literature in college, and so I love poetry. So to have this poem written out on a cover, it's just beautiful. And I love that it actually has, Inoue's scribbles, so like kind of scribbling things out. And I don't know, I think it's just, it's very charming. I think it fits my aesthetic. I like the symbolism of it. And so it just, I just couldn't resist it. I couldn't pass up on it. And as you might know, it comes with this pencil board that has the whole poem. And because I did order a little bit later in the year, what I found was that the Japanese version was sold out, but I really wanted to place the order at that time. So I ended up getting another English weeks. And I think next year, I definitely want to go with the Japanese weeks. But, you know, still, I think it's nice. And I'm really happy with this cover. I almost like can't stop looking at it because it's so charming in its own way. And I think that with the color too, it just fits so well with the mustard tragen. So this is really a lovely combination. I'm very delighted that I was able to get it. And yeah, I think one of the things for next year that'll be interesting to find out will be whether, you know, it kind of depends on how I end up using these, but I'm interested to find out whether if I'm using the A6 a little bit more, whether I could get by with just a regular Weeks instead of a Weeks Mega. Certainly this year, the Weeks Mega has been my main Techo. So I think if it's going to be my main Techo, I definitely need it to be a Mega. But if I'm using the A6 a little bit more, especially in a different capacity to what I've been using it this year, I think that I might be able to get by with just the A6 and the regular Weeks. And that would be really nice just because I find that, you know, the regular Weeks has so many pretty designs every year. And I particularly like this texture, this cover texture, which is really nice. It's a little bit like canvas. So I would probably tend to go for those ones anyways, but it's just something to consider. Another thing that I might consider too is depending on how I feel about the A6, I could also see myself maybe doing like a combination of 1 Weeks Mega and 1 regular Weeks. I think that, you know, one thing that I've found, and I might be able to show you here, is that sometimes what I've encountered is that I have so many things, because this is my main Techo this year, there's so many things that I want to fit in, and like, you can't always tell, but there's so many things that I want to fit in that sometimes I feel like I'm running out of space. So, you know, I write a lot of household tasks and work, and then I'm trying to fit in like something personal as well. And I just find that in this, on this left side, I end up running out of space. And so I was wondering, you know, if maybe if I separate things, like maybe I make this one just my work planner, or, you know, kind of designate specific uses for each one. Maybe it'll help me feel like I have a bit more space to really write everything down that I want to record. But, you know, we'll see. And yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited to explore. You can see that I have added my ginkgo leaf charm to the mustard tragen. I think it just fits so perfectly, so that makes me really happy. What else can I show you? Yes, another reason why I wanted to order from the Hobonichi store was because they had the Moomin pencil board, which I really wanted, because I just thought that the pink would go so well with this week's. And yeah, I'm definitely happy. I like these colors. I do really enjoy Moomin. I've read a couple of Moomin books, and I just absolutely loved them. So I'm happy to have this one with the beautiful artwork. And let me see, what else can I share with you? I mean, these are the main things. I did also get another accessory. So I got these index stickers, which are new for this year, and I'm excited to try them out. Now, I'm just going to show you. I've tried using these index tabs. These, I think, are Midori brand. And I've had a bit of a problem with them because what happens, you can see here, they kind of lift up. And I'm not sure if that's just me or if anybody else has had that problem. So I'm constantly having to press them down, and I don't really enjoy that. I love the color that they add to the weeks, but I feel like it's not really worth it if I have to keep pressing them down. So I might actually remove them. So I'm just hoping that these will work a little bit better. I don't know if they're the same material. Actually, let's find out. I've been waiting to open these up to share these with you. Okay, they feel a little bit different, but still a plasticky sort of material. So I don't know. I'll have to try it out. We'll see. But I'm excited. The colors are really pretty. I'm probably going to use them. Actually, probably a mix. Probably both the weeks and the original. I am going to keep this one sealed until Christmas. So that's kind of a tradition for me because it doubles as a Christmas present. And I think it'll just be really fun to open this up for Christmas and then spend the days leading up to the new year kind of setting it up. So that'll be really nice. And let's see, what else do I have? I think the last thing is the pen for this year. So I'm excited to open this up. I think, originally I wasn't too fond of the color, but I think seeing it in person, it's actually grown on me a little bit. So let's take a quick look in here. Sorry for the plasticky noises. Here we go. Wow. Okay. That is nice. Unfortunately, I don't get along too well with these ballpoint pens. I don't know. I don't use them that much, but I love having them just to remember each year. And something that I actually thought of doing is, so I have here also the pen from last year, and I thought it would be interesting to swap the barrels because I think it would be an interesting combination. I haven't really tried this, so we'll see how it goes. Don't want to break it or anything, but okay. I thought that the yellow would look really nice with the brown. Yeah, I think it does. Like it. And I think that the red will look really pretty with this kind of smoky turquoise. I don't know. Have to come up with a better name for it. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's different, I will say. But yeah, so this one looks really nice with the mustard and tragen. So a little bit of fun. We'll see. Let's just try putting this one in here. Yeah. So if you use these ballpoint, multi pens. Definitely feel free to try that. That's fun. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm just excited to start using these soon. I know with the weeks get to start in December. And actually, it'll be interesting because now I have, last year was my first time getting a week's. And so I started right away with the first week. And so now there'll be some overlap. So I have to figure out what I want to do in each of them. But I'm sure I'll figure something out. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing what I'll be using next year. And yeah, before you go, just feel free to let me know if you haven't already what you'll be using for next year. Maybe we have some picks in common, so that would be exciting to see. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.